Dear guys, I just hope you are doing well. So in this video guys, I will be teaching functions. So in this video guys, I will be dealing with functions, and most of the learners, they feel like function is so hard. Actual function is straightforward. So let me start explaining these notes. So when you see the shape guys, you should know this thing. It is the shape of what? Of parabola. The name of this function, it is a parabola function. This one, it's a parabola function, and that function, it can be represented by f of x, or by g of x, or by t of x, or by k of x. But a key thing that you should understand is that when you see f of x, or g of x, t of x, k of x, all of those things guys, they represent a y value. They represent a y value. And this, it is the standard equation of a parabola, meaning that a parabola, its equation, it must be in this form, whereby something here, it's your y value, and this one, it is what we call a gradient. This, it is what we call a gradient A, and this one, it's your x value, and the x value guys, it is also called input there. It's your input, this one, and this one B, it is the what? The y-intercept there. That y-intercept, it will also represent a what? A turning point there. That B, they will also represent a turning point, and will also represent a y-intercept. So let me come here, try to tell you what is a y-intercept. A y-intercept guys, it is the point whereby a graph cuts the y values. It is that point whereby the graph cuts the y value. This, it is the y-intercept, meaning the graph, it intersects the y values there. And this one, it is what we call the x-intercept, because the graph, it intersects the x values. Do you see? And the x-intercept, you should understand something, that y values there will be 0. Y values there will be 0 in the x-intercept, because if you can come and check here, your y value there will be 0. All this line, the y value there will be 0 there. So this point, it is what we call x-intercept, and this one, it is what we call the y-intercept, because it intersects the y values, and here because it intersects the x values. And a key thing that you should also understand, your y-intercept, it will also represent a turning point, which will be in this format there. This one, it is the coordinates of a turning point. Here it's 0, and here it's b, and the b guys that I'm referring to our equation here. Something which is here, it's your b there, which is a y-intercept, and this one, it is a what? The gradient. What is a gradient guys? A gradient, it changes the shape of a graph there. If a gradient there is positive, it means your graph will be a smiling face. But if your gradient there is negative, it means that your graph will be a sad face, as you can see there. It will be a sad face, and I told you that B, it's your what? It's your turning point, or your what? Your y-intercept, and your turning point, it will be represented in this form, whereby your x value, it's 0, and your y value, it's b there. Do you see? Yeah. So this guys, it's a standard equation of a parabola, and a standard equation of a parabola, you will see it by that exponent 2 there. If you see exponent 2, you should know that thing, it's a what? It's a standard equation of a parabola. And now let me also tell you something which is so important guys. We also got what we call axis of symmetry. Axis of symmetry guys, it is the line that divide the shape into two equal parts. This, it is the line that divide a shape into two equal parts. And that line, if you can notice, that line here will be this one. Do you see? It will divide the parabola into two equal parts. Even here, it will still be that one there. It will divide the parabola into two equal parts. And this, it's an equation of axis of symmetry. All the time, axis of symmetry, guys, will be represented by this equation. Yeah, by that equation, whereby here we got 0, and these are your x value, meaning our x value there will be 0. That equation is this one. So you should know this is the equation of axis of symmetry of a parabola. And another thing, guys, that you should know, a domain and a range. When, guys, we are talking about a domain, I usually call it as a dex. This one, domain, it's a dex. It means that are the all values of x which are included in the graph. But because this graph, guys, it will be a graph which is continuing, it means that it will include the values of x from negative infinity until positive infinity, meaning from negative infinity until positive infinity. So that graph there, it will continue from negative infinity until positive infinity for the values of what? Of x there. These are the values of x. Even as well as here, from the negative infinity to the positive infinity. So this, it's a domain of a what? Of a parabola. And this domain, guys, it will never change. All the time, it will be like this there, as you can see. So now let me talk about the range. A range, guys, it is all the y values which will be included in the graph. So if you can notice, guys, this graph from our turning point B there, this graph from our turning point B, it will go down here. It means that it will include all the values which are less than B. All the values there which are less than B. Do you see this thing? Yeah, all the values which are less than B, meaning that you can say y, it's less than or equal to B. Y, it's less than or equal to B. Only if your graph, it's a Z face, meaning if the gradient here, it's negative there. If the gradient there, it's negative, this will be our range. And the easy way for you to remember a range, it is what you call ρ there. It's a ρ values there, meaning that it includes the y values that are included in the graph. All the y values which are included in the graph there. But now, if the graph there, it has what? A positive gradient. It means that the graph there, it will include the values which are bigger than what? Than B there, which is our B. It's a turning point, which is also called a what? A y-intercept. It means that the y value will be greater than or equal to B, meaning it will start from here until upwards there. Those are the only values of y there that will be included. Remember here, these are the y values, so those are the only values of y that will be included for the range there. And for you to remember a range, it is what you call a ρ there, ρ values. Do you see? Yeah. So it is so important, guys, for you to know how to identify a range in a negative graph and in a positive graph. And also for a domain, all the time it will be from negative infinity to positive infinity. But it includes the what? The x values there. Do you see? So all these one are the notes that you should know about a what? About a parabola. If you manage to understand these notes, everything now will become much more easy for you. And another thing that I would like to explain is this thing. This distance, guys, it is also equal to that one. This distance, it's equal to that one. If here it's 4 units, it means also here will be 4 units. If here it's 8 units, it means also here will be 8 units. And here it's on a negative side, here it's on a positive side. And its axis of symmetry is this one. Axis of symmetry it is the line that divides what? a parabola into two equal parts. Yeah, so if you know this, you are covered. If you manage to understand all of these things, you are covered. And another thing that I would like to explain to you